Hello, today is very hot day. That's why I'm drinking mango juice. Okay, where can I get this mango juice? It's getting from the mango, and in my home lots of mango trees are there. That's why this hot summer also we are enjoying drinking by mango juice. Mango tree which are producing from this seed of mango. Okay, zoom your camera. From this seed of mango trees are producing. All the trees are producing from the seeds. Is it, children? No, a rose plant. We can commonly say the example. Rose plant. It is not producing from the seed of rose. Okay, so why I am saying all these things to you, children? Because I am going to teach you a new chapter, that is reproduction in plants. So let's check. Yes, students, that's mango juice are making from these mangoes. When these mangoes are ripe, we are making the juice of this mango. Okay, plants like these are producing from their stem itself. Some plants which are producing from their seeds, but some plants they are producing from the stem itself. Clearly, we have to say the examples of rose plants which are producing from their stem by budding process. Good morning to all. These type of bougainvillea plants which also producing from the stem itself. So students, how these organisms are producing, or how these plants and animals are producing? By the process of reproduction, is it? So now we are checking about the reproduction in plants. So what is reproduction, children? Reproduction. What is the meaning of re? Again and again producing. That is reproduction. So we have to say the definition like that: a new offspring or a new baby, or we have to say a new organisms which are producing from the parent. Okay, that process we call reproduction. So it is the characteristic features of all living organism, is it? Reproduction is defined as a biological process in which an organism gives rise to young ones or offspring similar to itself. Plants are also reproducing. When we are checking the seeds of these plants, it may reproduce, is it? Hence, when we are learning about the reproduction in plants, first we have to revise about the parts of plants. All should know about it. So we have to classify plants parts as a vegetative and a reproductive part. Vegetative parts are leaf of a plant, stem, and root. But what about reproductive part of the plant? Reproductive part of the plant, we have to say like that: flower, which is the reproductive part of a plant. I'm searching one flower here. Yes, I got it. Okay, so students, flower is the reproductive part of a plant. Flower, which is the reproductive part of the plant, and rest of the things like stem, leaves, root, and buds, which are the vegetative part of a plant. Okay. So students, vegetative parts of plants are root, stem, and we have to say leaves. These are the vegetative part of a plant. Okay, vegetative. Then what about flower, children? Flower is a reproductive part of a plant. Clear, all of you? Now let's talk about the different types of reproduction. Reproduction we can classify into two. What are they? That is sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Okay, so let's check in detail. Students, in asexual reproduction, new plants are produced. In both, new plants will produce. We know that because it is the reproduction. So new plants are produced in both. We have to say like that: new plants are producing in both, in asexual and sexual reproduction. But what is the difference, children? In asexual reproduction, these new plants are produced from existing parent, or we have to say like that: existing plant. Okay, new plants are produced from existing plants without seed. Okay, without seed. Understand? So in asexual reproduction, new plants are obtained from the existing parent or existing plant without producing a seed. Just now we saw many flowers. Can you guess or can you say any plants which possess asexual reproduction? Yes, of course. Rose plant, pink and red color, just now I shown to you. Right. So So we have to write like that. Rose plant is an example for asexual reproduction. Then what about sexual reproduction, children? Sexual reproduction is also new plants are produced from the existing parent with the seed. Okay, here with the seed a new plant is produced from the existing parent. So we have to see the examples of, just now I show one seed. That's simple example for sexual reproduction. So we have to say example that is mango. Okay, so we have to say like that new plants are produced with the seed in sexual reproduction. Okay, so children, now let's check about the asexual reproduction in detail. Asexual reproduction is taking place through 4 ways. That is through by vegetative propagation. Okay, vegetative propagation. Then through by spore formation. Then by the process of budding. Okay, and last one, the process of fragmentation. Children, what is the meaning of vegetative propagation? Just now I shown the vegetative reproductive parts of plant in my garden, right? Are they, children? Are they stem, root, leaves and bud? Okay, then what is propagation meaning, children? Propagation means multiple numbers of offspring are producing from these stem, leaves, root and bud. Let's check how they are producing from these vegetative parts. Okay, in which new plants are produced from root, stem, leaves and buds. Okay, so students, we have to say like that reproduction through the vegetative parts of plants like stem, then root, then leaves and buds. Okay, so students, how a new plant is producing from the stem? Yes, of course, like that through the cutting process of stem. Okay, so we have to say the example like rose, grapes. Okay, these are the examples of stem cutting. Okay, let's check in detail. Stem cutting with buds is taken from a healthy plant like rose. Okay, then cutting are then sown in soil and watered regularly. Okay, cutting gives rise to a new plant, of course, right? Then what is this, children? This is a potato. Okay, yes, all of you familiar it is, right? And you can see a small projection in here. When you zoom your camera, you can see small projection of potatoes. These are called eyes of potato. Okay, it helps for vegetative propagation. Actually, this is a stem. Okay, this is a stem of potato. We called it as an underground stem. Okay, potato tuber has eyes like number of buds from which new plants can be grown. Cut a few pieces of potato, each with an eye, and budding them in the soil. You can get a new plant. Root also giving a new plant, like we can say the example of dahlia plant. Okay, some plants have modified thickened roots with bud. Look at the picture. Roots of sweet potato and dahlia are sown in soil. Buds present on roots grown and give rise to a new plant. This is common. Usually we know that from the stem of a plant and from the root of a plant, a new offspring or a new plant is producing. But in case of leaves, you know the leaves also producing a new plant? Yes, that is example we have to say like that bryophyllum. Okay, which is a good example for producing a new plant from the leaves of a plant. Some plants have leaves that contain buds that can develop into a new plant. If a leaf of this plant fall on a moist soil, each bud can give rise to a new plant. Students, reproductions are 2 types, that is asexual and sexual reproduction. Mainly 4 types of asexual reproduction in plants are vegetative propagation, then spore formation, budding and fragmentation. About these 3 we can learn in our next class. All should have to read the chapter. Read the chapter at least 3 times and understand the concepts. Okay, today's topic is bud, which give rise to new leaves and shoot, is called as Look at the choice and say the answer within 1 hour and send to me personal WhatsApp. Students, shall we drink a mango juice now? Okay, then drink a juice. Okay, and let's school. Okay, students, we can meet in our next class. Thank you.